Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you're keeping fine and safe in this pandemic situation. Yes, today in this video we are going to discuss about the NET paper 1, that is for 2019, which occurred at 26th June, and this is NET paper 1 commerce, which we are going to discuss. In the first video we have already discussed from 1 to 20. So in this video today we are going to start with question number 21. So let's begin today. You can see in the screen that we have already given you question number 21, right? So this question number 21, what is this all about? Which of the following committees is related to investor protection? Now, what is investor protection? You know very well what is investor protection. That is, if you are investing in some company or some organization, so what is your protection? What is your security that you are going to receive? So the first option is Bhagwati Committee. Next is NK Mitra Committee. Third, GR Verma Committee. Last, LC Gupta Committee. In short, we can say the correct answer is NK Mitra Committee, which most of the times we say that as Mitra Committee, just Mitra Committee. So from this option itself, you can understand that 21B is the correct answer, that is NK Mitra Committee. Now moving on to the next question. See, the next question, actually you have to know about this investor protection and this Mitra Committee. Otherwise, answering this technical question so minutely will become quite difficult. So coming to the next question, question number 22. See, there are two statements given here. First, though closely related, job evaluation and performance appraisal are not the same. Secondly, the purpose of job evaluation is to fix the remuneration and other relevant benefits. Now see, job evaluation is definitely this, right? Because job evaluation and performance appraisal cannot be same. Once it is job evaluation is what kind of job you're doing, how you're gaining your promotion. And performance appraisal, that is, if you're doing a performance and you are getting appraisal for it, that is, you are getting appreciation for it, right? Maybe cheers or something whatsoever. Next, coming to so from this statement, that is statement number 1, we can understand that this is a true sentence, that is, it is a correct one. Next, coming to statement number 2, the purpose of job evaluation is to fix the remuneration and other relevant benefits. Yes, job evaluation means to fix the remuneration and other relevant benefits. So yes, we can say that statement 2 is also correct. So from here, we can understand both the statements, that is 1 and 2 is correct. So we can choose here option A, that is both the statements 1 and 2 are correct. Okay. Now we will move on to the next question, that is question number 23. Which of the following is not a main stage customer relationship cycle? Now, what is the customer relationship cycle? That is the relationship that you are maintaining with a customer. Now, which is not a main stage. That means it is not a main stage customer relationship cycle. So let's go to the option. First is customer acquisition. Next is customer development. Next, customer satisfaction. Lastly, customer annoyance. So from here, we can understand that customer satisfaction is the correct option, which many of you must already be knowing that the correct answer to 23 is number C, that is customer satisfaction. Next, moving on to question number 24. In tax laws, donation to approved and notified association for scientific research is allowed as 125% of the donation, 100% of the donation, 175% of the donation, 150% of the donation. So the correct answer is 150% of the donation. That is, according to the tax laws, donation to approved and notified association, which is being granted for certain scientific research, will be getting 150% of the donation. Now moving on to the next question, question number 25. See, There are two lists given you. You have to match the following. Match the following, that is from list 1 and list 2. List 1 is related to theories of profit. List 2 is related to economist. Risk theory of profit, innovation theory of profit, rent theory of profit, dynamic theory of profit. List 2, economist. List 2 is related to economist. Sampeter, Walker, Hawley, Clark. Now let's see who has given the correct theories and relating to what, right? We already know that the risk theory of profit was given by Hawley, right? So accordingly, we can understand that Hawley is number 3, right? So there will be some option which will be related to this. So the option starting with number 3 is A and C. It will be any of this. So next, move on to B, that is innovation theory of profit. Now this also we know that this was given by Sampeter. So if you are not sure about this, then you may go to some other theories of profit, no problem. But as we can identify from this only, so I will not move on to the next parts. That is not really necessary. From this only we can understand that option C, that is 25C is the correct option. That is A3, B1, C2, B4. That is the correct option. So now we will move on to the next question, that is question number 26. Promoting team spirit, harmony, and unity within the organization is the principle of order, scalar chain, spirit de corps, equity. Now, what does this mean? Team spirit, harmony, and all this definitely cannot be attained by order or scalar chain. Like scalar chain is this. How will you attain this through spirit and harmony? That is not possible. So the third option we come is spirit de corps. Yes, that is possible. Equity, which is not relevant to this at all. So the correct option to this will be 26C, that is spirit de corps. Moving on to the next question, question number 27. In which of the following commodities, when consumers spend so much that negative income effect overwhelms the positive substitution effect, so as the underlying demand curve is positively sloped, right? So this many of you all must know that the correct answer to this, without seeing the options only, we can see actually this is from the basic level of our economics that the question is giving. Okay, so actually when consumers spend so much that negative income effect overwhelms, that means it overtakes the positive substitution effect. It doesn't actually matter. So accordingly, the correct option is given goods. That is option number C. Inferior goods is not the correct answer. Superior goods is also not the correct answer. Normal goods is also the wrong answer. So the correct answer to this is given goods. That is option number C. Next, coming to the next question, that is 28. See, 28 is also one match the following. List 1 and list 2 is given. Now, this is related to some part of, correlation coefficient and all those types of things related to statistics. So let's see. First, it is given J is equals to X bar minus N by sigma. J is equals to Q3 minus Q1 minus 2ME by Q3 minus Q1. C, J is equals to P90 plus P10 minus 2P50 divided by P90 minus P10. Coming to list 2, Kelly's coefficient of skewness, Bowley's measure of skewness, Carl Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Now, you might not have studied Cayley and Bowley's. Okay, this is very much relevant. I can understand this. But you must have read the other two or one or two, that is Carl Pearson. So definitely you have read only, no problem with that. So from there only you can understand what will be the correct answer. One identification will be enough. Like see, if we go with the first one, that is A3, right? That is J is equal to x bar minus m by sigma. We are not sure of that, right? But we are sure of Karl Pearson, right? What is the formula of Karl Pearson? This, that J is equal to x bar minus m by sigma. So there only we can understand the correct option is this. But if you move on next to be sure, definitely you might have studied Bowley's also in your graduation or your master's level. Bowley's was there. So the correct answer for Bowley's is number B. So from here only we can understand that the correct option for this answer, that is number 28, is option number A. That is A3, B2 and C1. Now moving on to the next question. 29. Following are the events of an organizational culture. Let's see. Customer orientation and employee policies, quality orientation, directing and motivating styles, decision making, products and services and responsibilities to society, reaction to competitors and gratitude towards nation, role ambiguities, trade union and policies. Now see, you have to actually serially identify which is the organizational culture. It might not be that all the five are organizational culture. So let's go through that. First, customer orientation and employee policies definitely belongs to organization culture. Quality orientation is also a part. Yes. Decision making, product and services. Yes, if you are into the organization, then definitely you have to take part in all this. Reaction to competitors, gratitude towards nation, that also comes to, social awareness of the organizational culture. But the last one, see, role ambiguity, trade union and policies. This is not a part of organizational culture, so we can omit this. So the correct option is A, B, C, D. So let us find out where the option is. That is option number D, where the 4 points are only given, A, B, C, D. So the correct answer to question number 29 is option number D, that is A, B, C and D. Now moving on to the next question, number 30. See, Peter F. Drucker noted the relationship between selling and marketing in which of the following terms? Let's see. Marketing is a subsidiary component of selling. The aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. The aim of selling is to make marketing superfluous. Selling and marketing are essentially the same thing. So first and second, so you can definitely reject only. Marketing is subsidiary component of selling. No, wrong. Selling and marketing are essentially the same thing. That is also wrong. So the confusion lies between B and C. The aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous, or the aim of selling is to make marketing superfluous. Now, yes, I understand this becomes quite confusing. Now, marketing is for selling. Selling is not for marketing. You have to understand this. We have to sell our product. For this, marketing exists. So, if we say the aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous, that is the correct option. We cannot ever say that the aim of selling is to make marketing superfluous. No, our main target is selling, not marketing. So, therefore, the correct answer to question number 30 is the aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. That is option number B. Moving on to the next question. Question number 31. Quantitative import restrictions that limit the quantity of a product being imported is called embargo, quota, trade restraint, and import tariff. This question has already appeared in the last times also. So if you're giving restrictions on some quantity that you cannot import or export any quantity more than this, then this will definitely have to be called quota. We are all familiar with the term quota, that is reservation of the fixed quantity for some reason or the other, that is called quota. So the correct answer to this is quota, that is option number B. Next, moving on to the question number 32. Which of the following analysis is suitable for risk return analysis in financial decisions? CAPM, SWOT analysis, capital gearing, EVA analysis. Now, if it is related to risk return, then it cannot be SWOT or capital or EVA analysis, in fact. So this will definitely be CAPM model or CAPM analysis, which we term in our finance. So if you are from the finance department and you know or you have some idea about it, then you will understand this question. Next, coming to question number 33. A company issues 10% irredeemable preference shares. The face value per share is ₹100, but the issue price is 95. What is the cost preference share? What is the cost of the preference share? So you have to actually divide this, okay, according to the ratio. And if you calculate it, then definitely I'm sure you will get the percentage as 10.53. You have to calculate this as per the formula. I'm not showing the calculation here. It will lengthen the video. So I'm just cutting short off. So the correct answer to this is option number D, that is 10.53%. Next, moving on to the next question, that is 34. A sale and leaseback arrangement is more suitable for a lessee having liquidity crisis, surplus fund, high profit, no loss. Definitely no profit, no loss cannot be done. So it is obviously liquidity crisis. Next, moving on to question number 35. It's a long one. Yes, question number 35. U-shaped long-run average curve is based on the assumption that economy scale prevails at small levels of production and diseconomies of scale prevails at larger level of production. Okay. Next, decreasing returns to scale arises primarily because as the scale of operation increases, it becomes even more difficult to manage the firm effectively. Now you have to identify whether the assertion and the reason is correct and that is reasoning is the correct reason of assertion or not. Now from these assertion and reasoning, we can understand that both are correct, definitely. But decreasing returns to scale arises is not because of the U-shaped long-run average curve. We cannot term that as the reason of this. So definitely we can say option B is the correct answer. That is, both A and R are correct. Yes, we agree. And R is not the correct explanation of A. So option number B is the correct answer of question number 35. So students, with this, I will end my video here. I have discussed question number 21 to 35 here. I hope this video will be of some value to you. And since you are preparing for your exams, so all the best. And I'm sure this video will be of some help to you. So concluding my video here, stay happy, stay safe, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.